I'm here with Victor Bengtsson from Sidemen Entertainment. How are you doing, Victor?
I am slightly hungover, but fantastic. Like, not actually hungover, more like there's so much champagne here, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
everywhere you go, it smells like champagne and cigars, you know? But it's been fun, I'm doing good.
Yeah, well, we're in Cannes for MIPCOM, and MIPCOM has kind of announced the arrival of the creator economy. I mean, the creator economy has kind of been growing and growing for the last 10 years or more. But obviously now it feels like a lot of the traditional legacy media companies are now waking up to the creator economy and the opportunity there. Now, obviously, you've Sidemen, the Europe's or one of the world's biggest creator groups, creator collectives, and you've had an enormous amount of success with Inside, which is your own format. Tell us about that, Victor.
Yeah, I mean, the boys have been creating content for, the past 10, 15 years, individually or as the group, Sidemen. And I think since we started building out the company 4 or 5 years ago, the plan was always to be like, what do we do if we don't do what we're doing now? And their initial creative thinking was kind of like, what does a Big Brother look like for Gen Z? So we created the show last summer and pushed it out in June or July in 24. Obviously got the attention of a bunch of different streamers and decided to go with Netflix to produce, following seasons. The UK one hit number 2. The American one went live a month ago and hit number 1. So now they get to walk around and say they had a Netflix number 1.
Number 1 in America.
Not number 1 in America, which maybe we'll get to one day. I think it's for us to see the format as it is, and we realize that we have a global audience. So it did incredibly well around the world, and funnily enough, probably like hitting the UK more than we thought it would, and then really hitting the Nordics. I just met with someone from Malta who were like saying that it was all over their island, like as it went live, and they were like kids were having watch parties for the finale. And we were like, oh, we have no idea. So I think for the first time really with this show, if you don't watch the Sidemen, we might be also like talking to an audience that we don't necessarily have. And that's exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I mean, we're doing TV. Like, we're making TV.
You're making TV. Well, what's next? A movie?
I mean, I think there's so much exciting stuff now. So like we didn't even know the lingo really back a few years ago. So like what you guys, not necessarily you, Justin, but like the industry. So like unscripted, what does it mean? It's basically anything that's not scripted. So now we took a stab at, unscripted is not completely different to what the Sidemen do. It's an unscripted show, what we do on our YouTube channels. Unscripted in reality TV format is still more scripted, I would say, than, how unscripted we are. So I think scripted would be super exciting to take a look at. Not immediately. I think we want to keep on building further IP. One big thing we obviously have is this Sidemen charity match, which we did at Wembley this spring. And looking at how that IP can continue and thrive and maybe, look at live events would be exciting as well. Like, how do we continue doing things that have been really successful? But I think in the next 3 to 5 years, it would be super exciting to see like YouTubers and creators come together to maybe make this generation's in-betweeners or like Silicon Valley, but for the YouTube space and like something like that, and getting behind that would be really, really exciting.
And I can completely see that happening, and it is really exciting to see this development. And again, what's really means the real digital first ethos, if you like, that the Sidemen have been true to all the way through, and now that the industry's moving towards you. And I mean, you must be getting approached on a weekly basis with different ideas, and TV companies thinking, we want those guys and we want their audience, because all of our audience has left and gone to social, right? So that's essentially what they want. I mean, do you find that you're batting off approaches all the time, or how does that work?
I think, like, I say this all the time, like I feel like I'm offensive on purpose. I say this sentence all the time, which isn't necessarily to be like offensive to the people, because what I do think it exists now is an industry where so many talented people sit within such great companies when it comes to individual skill. It's more the infrastructure and the intention and the strategy of how they treat those people that I disagree with. And I think we've lost a bit of the fun. It's like we look back at early days MTV, we look at what Jackass was, we look at almost like before the millennials. I speak to my dad about this a lot. He was like, there was this moment in time where everyone just made shit TV, it was the greatest thing in the 90s. And I'm like, what happened? It became glossy, it became pretty, it became overproduced, and it took longer and longer, and it became prettier and prettier. And we're kind of now ripping it back to being like, hi, anyone who would like to go back to that fun era, that's kind of what we want to do. We want to make fun content that doesn't have to look perfect. I mean, we have this another guy like that used this as well. It's like, how much does a laugh cost? Like, how much should you have to spend in order to make someone laugh? Because often, genuine like connection between an audience and a creator or a production company or a film or a series or whatever comes at being real. And it doesn't come at how much you manage to squeeze out of something. Of course, I want to have like sustainable salaries. I want to have people be able to make a living out of this. But I think there is a time and a place now where we can challenge what it means to work in production. And I'm getting those pings. And that's just exciting. Seeing people who go like, oh, I really love what you guys are doing. Could I have a conversation? Then again, I put out like, we're currently hiring for a producer. Anyone seeing this, you know? And then you get fucking loads. And they're like, that sounds like fun. How do I get in on that? And that's super exciting, super exciting.
Yeah. So talking about, you know, the normal sort of publishing cadence of the Sidemen, we've talked about Inside, which is, but in terms of the regular Sidemen Sundays and other content, tell us through what a publishing schedule kind of looks like for the Sidemen at the moment.
The company now, Sidemen Entertainment, consists of 50 people. We just crossed over 50 full-time staff. With our freelancers that we use regularly, so what we consider the whole Sidemen machine, we're 92. Each week we produce 11 YouTube videos, or Side Plus videos is accounted for in that 11 as well. And that operates independently through different teams with key stakeholders. So there's a key stakeholder leading the main channel, there's a key stakeholder leading the post-production, there's a key stakeholder leading the second channel and the third channel, and there's a key stakeholder leading the Side Plus. So collectively they produce alongside, you know, very standard setup. You will get in your creative producers, they will pre-prod, they'll go into shooting, and then they'll go into post. And they almost independently run next to all the other machines that kind of in parallel are standing next to each other. And when things get rough, we call everyone in. It's what we call trenches season. So when we're doing Inside, we all go, okay, this is shit we don't actually know how to do. So let's all come together. And we use this, referencing back to it, we say that we're kind of like a band on tour. So everyone just pulls up to a set that we haven't really been on that much. And we all kind of just fucking go for it. And then you walk out of it and you're like, this was fucking horrible and the best thing I've ever done. My favorite thing that's happened is when we were on the American season, we had a producer come in. Her name's Tabitha. And she was like, what in the fuck is going on here, day one? She was looking at these 23-year-olds running around. Like, I told them as well, like, it's going to be some 19-year-old that tells you you're doing something wrong and you're just going to have to accept it. But if they're rude, you fucking tell me, because we're not rude. Like, when we're right, we think we're right, but you're not rude to each other. And she was like, what the fuck is going on? And then day 5, she sat down in our morning sync where we talk about the story and stuff. And she goes, I'm having so much fun. And I'm like, when was the last time we said that on a set? And I was like, I don't know. And then someone went, we need a costume for today. And she said, last time I went to a Halloween party, I was a burger. And she sent someone to her house. And one of the key moments in the show now is them buying her a burger outfit and then getting eliminated in it. And I was just like, would that have happened? Like, why did you feel the confidence to do that? Did you feel comfortable around us? I think we're building this sort of like momentum of, it's fucking fun. And I know what happens to that. It's not forever. I know it's not going to be forever. The same way the 90s wasn't forever. The same way like Big Brother wasn't forever. But right now, it feels like we're just creating something that's really fun. And the week on week is like you have like 75% of your work is like get these videos done. 25% of it is let's fucking find something out. Yeah. You know, that's kind of how it runs and how it looks.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you actually. You know, you've had such an amazing, well, I'd say probably 2-3 years as opposed to last year, but and that general growth and I'll say acceptance by the TV industry or the media industry as a whole. But you know, you've very much moved into the mainstream. What have you learned in that time personally?
I thought making videos was this experience where a bunch of friends come together and you press record and you come up with something fun and it's a cool idea. Making TV is fucking hard. That I think is a major, like, you can't just walk around and say we can fucking do anything. You have to kind of look at it and go like, there's a reason they became what they became. You could have stopped earlier, but there is structure, there is quality control, there are things in this industry that, and there's a real art to it as well, which I'm often like very against, the idea that I don't want it to feel artsy. I want it to be entertainment. I love people who are proud of unscripted, for example. And I just love the idea that if you create something that makes people laugh, that should just be hailed as something really, really great. But I've learned that I think it takes more than you expect. And if you're the new kid on the block, it's easy to go and say, nah, fuck this. We're going to do it our way. But there's a reason that it's done a certain way. So we have accepted some of that to bring that into our production as well. The second one is that there is actually real, like, almost like a cozy vibe in TV. And I think even coming here now, I never even knew what this was, like a week ago, right? But like everyone's kind of friends, even if they've like lost the commission or if they've like been at it during a production. Everyone kind of seems to come together and be quite friendly. Which in our world, it feels more like there's this corporate beast that stands off in the horizon. You're kind of like terrified of them. And when they come close, they do one thing, they kill the fun. But it doesn't seem to be that case here. It's a lot of people having fun, doing things, and like really thinking about what the future of this is. And as you said, I think there's a real announcement here, and I wasn't here for the last year's one. But they seem to be very much saying the creator economy, or the creators in general, they're probably part of this now. And we have to kind of see that. So that's also like a learning that we are being more accepted and being seen, I think.
Well, final question. We're going to be having a chat on stage on the 6th of November at the Digital Content Forum.
You are.
And we've called the session Inside, the Sidemen's Guide to Creating Winning Formats. So what can anyone expect? What can other delegates expect from our chat?
I think that what we did with Inside was to challenge, and I mean, I've said this a couple of times, we challenged what a post-production, pre-production, and a shooting experience should look like. And we have adapted from the first season, but we were challenging what it means to produce a reality format. We challenged what it means to cast. I know that there's very clear like character roles that you have to cast for when you do traditional. We have basically taken every single aspect of making a reality show, questioned it, and then kept what we thought was right and fucked off what we thought was wrong. And I want to tell that story. And maybe also price point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, Victor, enjoy the flowing champagne of Cannes.
Lovely.
And we'll see you on the Croisette, I'm sure, later on tonight, and we'll have a drink together. But it's brilliant to see you. Thanks.
100%. Thank you so much.